Friends too.
You're muted.
Randy,
come back to us.
Welcome to another edition of Bleach Bangs Music. Today we have got Deadly Apples. How are you guys?
Hey, thanks for having us.
Good to see you. No problem. Just want to kind of go around and introduce ourselves to you. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
Awesome.
I'm in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, cool.
So where are you guys from?
We're from Montreal, Canada, and we actually recently played in Oklahoma. So we did a short tour with Filter last year or the year before, and yeah, it was a great show.
Really cool. Where did you guys play?
Chickasha.
Yeah, that's a good place.
Pretty warm, pretty hot there.
Yeah. Oh, what is the name of that place? What was it? The Legends, right?
Yeah, it was outdoors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They have an outside venue as well. That's really cool.
Yeah, our laptop screen cracked from the heat, and I think Filter's laptops were melting as well. So yeah, it was
everything was melting.
Pretty brutal.
That's insane. Like, what do you even do at that point?
God. Oh my gosh.
Let me jump right off of that and ask the question. Is that how you guys linked up with Richard for featuring him on Volatile? Sorry about that.
We actually knew him before. We recorded this with him before that tour, actually. And basically after that collaboration, that's when he invited us on tour, and we're very grateful. He's a very nice guy.
I will agree with that statement. I had the pleasure of meeting him once, and he was absolutely incredible to chat with. So I think it was really cool that you guys had that opportunity to get him to feature with the song, but it's even better when he takes you guys out on tour with him too.
No shit.
That's the best part of it right there.
Yeah, we should be doing more dates with Filter later this year. So it's not 100% confirmed yet, but it should be pretty soon.
Yeah. We share the same manager as well, so it helps.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So March 29th, you guys are going to be in Lima, Peru. It's a festival, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a massive festival there. They have Avenged Sevenfold and Marilyn Manson headlining. Um, we actually played twice in Peru already, and the fans there are just really crazy. They just go nuts down there. Last time we landed at around 3 a.m., like 2 days before the show,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe about 100 people were waiting for us at the airport with like
Whoa.
printed out pictures
Gee.
and stuff. And
And gifts.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I often jump into the crowd during the show, and that was probably one of the few times that it got a bit scary because they were pulling on my clothes like
Just
so
wanting
hard.
pieces.
Yeah, yeah, it,
Wow.
it, it, it was pretty intense. There's some pictures of that actually. So yeah, we're really looking forward to going back there. Because yeah, crowds in South America are something else, and Mexico as well. They're really into it.
That's crazy. What do you think the difference is between the states and places like Mexico and Peru? Why do they not have as many performers go see them, or what is it? Because it sounds like they're pretty intense when it comes to having live performances.
Well, yeah, I think it's because they get a lot less band playing in their city. Um, and there's a lot of big bands that didn't even, I was reading an article the other day, and a lot of big bands actually never went to South America.
Wow.
So, I mean, uh, I think it's part of this, and I think it's a cultural thing. They have, I don't know if they have a warmer blood or something, but they're very, very way more intense. And when you go in the crowd, they're ripping you. They're like on, to just to get a picture, and they grab you in the city. We're just walking to a restaurant, they grab you, they want pictures, and it's totally different than North America. But it's fun. It's nice. Everybody's nice, and since we're a band that likes to engage with people and likes to go in the crowd, they feel that we're on the same page as them. They feel that we're not trying to play the rock stars or anything. We just
Mhm.
like to hang out with them, and they really love that, and it shows.
That's really cool. Can you give us a little bit of history on the band, how you guys came together, and uh, members of the band, and all that good stuff?
We essentially have a pretty unusual history. But in a nutshell, the current version of Deadly Apples was formed in 2017,
Mhm.
and Antoine and I are the two band members essentially, and we also have live musicians with us on stage, a guitar player and a keyboardist slash dancer.
Mhm.
Basically, Antoine writes all the music. I write all the lyrics. Antoine plays drums live. I'm the singer, and yeah, that's how we've been doing it, which is a bit unusual and maybe a bit different
Yeah.
than a lot of bands. But then again, I think pretty much everything we do is a bit odd and unusual, so
I love
it
a
fits with
different
the
approach.
rest.
The way the music business has changed so much. I mean, it's great to see somebody taking different approaches. It truly is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I respect that.
Is that
yeah.
something like, do your other members that you tour with, are they like changeable? Do you use different people throughout, or is it just you have the same people over and over, or how does that work for you guys?
They're basically live musicians, so it changes over time. But like our current keyboard guy, he's been with us for several years now. And we actually just got a new guitar player who's really good at what he does. But yeah, basically the two of us are the band, and then we obviously can't play everything live. Like Antoine can't play
Mhm.
drums and the keyboards at the same time, or other instruments. But yeah, it's working out well so far.
It's kind of like session musicians, but they're live, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
That's
kinda
actually
cool.
really freaking cool.
I like that. How do you approach writing your music, Antoine?
Well, for the last album, it was quite a tough task. We went through, I mean, the album's called Distressed. So, I mean,
Mhm.
both of us were going through really tough times. And I started writing back, I think it was during the pandemic. I wrote the first song at the beginning of the pandemic, or maybe a bit before. And then I went into a direction that obviously was not the right direction. So we threw everything in the garbage and we started again with the same kind of song as Volatile. We wanted to express more of our anger or what we literally were going through.
Mhm.
So I wrote a bunch of heavy, really heavy songs, and I did it. I did that in I have a little studio in Montreal. Now I'm in the countryside, but in Montreal I have my little dark studio, my little bubble. I get in there and I write a lot of music, and some of it is really good. Some of it I threw it away, and then most of the time I write a vocal melody on it for it, and
Mhm.
we take Alex's lyrics and we fit it inside the melody, and it works really well. But sometimes Alex comes with a really good vocal line, and we keep it, and
That works
it's really really
too.
that works too. It's really really good. Most of the times, I do that work, but when he comes with something, it's usually really great, and you'll see that in a song called Sacrifice,
Mhm.
which is off the new record. The chorus is really really good, and he was going through a lot of dark stuff, and he came up with that. I showed him the music. He started singing that, and okay, we keep that. It's perfect. It's wonderful. We don't touch it. And another song called "Terrible Romance." You'll hear those songs, and they're off the new album, of course. And as soon as I heard his idea, it was perfect for the song. So that's the way we work. And he's writing really great lyrics, which are which when I write the music, I don't think about what he's gonna write. So when we
Mhm.
blend the both world together, it becomes something really cool. Like Volatile, when I wrote that, I never thought about what he wrote as but blending that together, it it takes another life of its own, and that's how I approach writing the songs. Yeah.
That's really cool. It sounds like you guys have probably been friends for a long time. How long have you guys known each other?
I
uh,
don't.
for too long.
Yeah.
um, but but yeah, uh, it, it, it's like a dysfunctional way of functioning, but somehow we make it work, And Antoine has obviously a great talent for writing music, and
Mhm.
as he was saying, I think that by combining it with my lyrics and my vocals, and also live, the way it comes out live, our shows are very very intense, so those songs really come to life when we're on stage. So yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that, but
The writing process. But yeah, it's pretty much, it sums up the writing process. And yeah,
It
go
just
ahead.
seems like you guys read each other really well. You kind of know what he's going to do, and then you kind of know what he's going to do. You know, it's kind of
Yeah,
like, oh,
well,
this will
yeah.
be great.
Well, I know his limitations. I know how he sings. I know his tone. So
Mhm.
I try to write so it can fit. You know, I'm not gonna ask him to sing like Bruce Dickinson or something like that. You know, and super high stuff. And I try to stay in a certain range where I know the vocal will fit well, and it usually does. And I'm getting better at that. And yeah, it's working well. Yeah.
Hey, Randy, I want to switch gears on you guys for just a second. And we've been talking about this music. Let's play a little clip of, I assume you have Volatile loaded up
I
and ready
do.
to go.
All right, here we go. Love it, love it, love it. And it's just
Thank you.
different enough. It's like something you don't hear every day, and I absolutely love this. I can't say it enough.
Oh, thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Who influenced you guys? Who are your influences?
There's a lot of different influences.
Like when you were
can start
12 years
out.
old.
You know, there on my end, you know, I grew up with bands like Korn, Deftones, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Rammstein, and I know Antoine loved these bands as well. And I think we both also love more current bands. So I guess what we're doing is, you know, probably or hopefully like a modern version of, you know, some of the classic genres in a sense. And yeah, I think it creates a unique Deadly Apples sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, I was inspired a lot by film score composers. So as I'm doing that myself, so sometimes it can get a bit cinematic, or you know, there's some different movements in the music, or like a lot of synth and a lot of waves and valleys and stuff like that. Well, maybe not in Volatile, but you'll hear on the other songs. So I'm inspired a lot by film music as well.
That's
pretty dope.
That's a super cool little side note there with that. Is there any films that we should be watching for your music in? Or is that something you can tell us?
Yeah. Well, last summer I did a film called House of Ashes. It's an American film. It's a horror film. Obviously, I love the horror genre. I think it's right now. It's touring like the festival circuit, so it's not out yet. But it's called House of Ashes, and it's pretty cool. And the soundtrack. I mean, I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm looking forward to do a lot more. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So is it like South by Southwest? Is that the type of thing it's at?
I don't know if it's it was a there was a screening in Glasgow last week. There was the Brooklyn Horror Festival. There was another. I don't remember, but it's literally going around the globe right now in horror festivals.
That is
Not
so
sure.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really freaking cool.
I love it because I love horror movies too. It's like,
Oh, cool.
what do you guys think about Ice Nine Kills?
Obviously, I don't know a lot. I mean, what I heard sounded good. I know they have this concept. Maybe Alex knows them more than me.
Yeah,
kind of have.
they're based a lot on horror movies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's real fun to watch, and their videos, and then their live show is really cool as well. So
Yeah.
I just
It's
thought, I'll bet you would love that.
It's very different, but I don't know a lot of their music actually. But I'll pay more attention.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can you share a memorable moment or an interesting experience from one of your live performances? Did something happen at a live performance that was just like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Besides your laptops melting.
Yeah.
Like a good moment or like a
Just the craziest, or something that sticks out in your mind that goes, wow.
Well, for me, it was when we played our first NHL arena. It was something that I was dreaming of since I was a little kid, and then it happened exactly the way I imagined it. We were playing with Rob Zombie and Manson, and the arena. I think it was the Pepsi Center in Denver, and it was full. It was I mean, the energy was so high. That's probably my proudest moment that I can think of right now.
Oh yeah. What about you, Alex? Anything crazy happen to you while you're putting on a show?
There's so many crazy moments, because our shows are pretty crazy and intense to begin with. To me, when I go up on stage, it's not like, I guess, most musicians, in the sense that, oh, we're just gonna play our instruments and play a show and then party or whatever. When I go up on stage, to me it's like therapy. It's like an exorcism. I just get into that deep place in my head, and I guess that's what makes our shows so intense and different and unpredictable. And that's something that I feel is lacking a lot in rock music these days, and has been for a while. A lot of fans and people in the industry and other artists have told us that we're basically bringing back the danger on stage, and you don't know what's going to happen. And if you don't pay attention, you might end up in the ER because you got a mic stand in the face or a water bottle or whatever it is. And I think that brings back, makes it exciting and interesting again. And that's something that I guess gets people to pay attention, because a lot of people, when they go to see shows, they don't necessarily give a fuck about the opening acts. But whenever we play, we see people's jaws dropping, like, what the hell is going on here? And I guess that's the best compliment we can have. As far as a moment, I mean, one that comes to mind is one show a few years ago in Mexico. Is a massive festival called Hell and Heaven, which we did a few times. I went to the barricade, and while I was singing a song, a girl just literally grabbed me and started kissing me. And I didn't even have time to react or see what she looked like. And then
it was a guy.
It was a guy.
He's like, I was watching the whole time.
Yeah. well, fuck. Now my story is not what I expected it to be. No,
You just ruined his story.
she 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 was actually very beautiful. So I ended up kissing her more, but that was kind of an odd moment. Making out in front of 80,000 people, or however many people there were, with like all these cameras like projecting on the massive screens. Uh, that was kind of unexpected.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Oh yeah, I
awesome.
can imagine.
Speaking of festivals, what do you prefer more, festivals or an intimate club? What's your preference?
Oh, for me, I think it's arenas. Arenas are the best.
Hell yeah.
We don't get to play arenas all the time though, but it's a mix of a big show and an intimate show because
I
it's
agree.
indoors.
Hmm.
You're fairly close to the crowd, and it's dark. I don't know. It's louder. It's kind of intimate but huge. Festivals sometimes, we played Hellfest. I mean, we're literally 60 feet away from the crowd. You play and you don't even see people's face. They're
Oh.
really it's fun, but you're not necessarily really connecting with people. And I mean, small clubs can be fun too because the energy level can be so high. And we played a couple of smaller clubs with Manson, and it was really, really nice. It was really fun shows also, but for me, it's literally arenas.
Yeah,
Nice.
I agree. Arena shows are awesome. I kind of enjoy the diversity of playing different types of settings,
Hmm.
but I would say the bigger the stage is, the more it feels like we're able to shine and to give the full Deadly Apples experience. Um, but yes, the smaller clubs are special too.
Right on. Right on.
Hey, Randy, I'm going to jump in here again, and I'm going to have Ashton pull up you guys the best place to find everything Deadly Apples if anybody's looking. I know Ashton has your link tree available that he's going to put on a screen as well.
Yeah, well, basically, Deadly Apples everywhere on social media, on listening platforms. It's all Deadly Apples, and yeah, we're getting really ready to release the next single on March 14th, which is called Envious and Little. The full album is coming this summer. We don't have the exact date yet, but we're going to be releasing more singles and more music videos every 5 to 6 weeks until the full album release. And yeah, we're looking forward to it because the reaction on Volatile, which is the first single, has been uh, overwhelmingly positive, and
Hmm.
we're very grateful for that.
Oh yeah,
Heck yeah.
especially when
And
you
then
work so long on something. Sorry,
no,
uh,
you're good. I was just gonna
especially
ask
when
if you guys prefer doing singles or if you guys prefer doing like albums, EPs, things like that.
Well, I'll let Alex answer that, but I mean, as for me, especially working on for so long on music and on the album, and when it finally seeing the light of the day, it's such a nice feeling because I mean, I've been working 3 years on that, so
That
Hmm.
makes sense.
it's really fun to see people's reaction and people reacting to it and unleash the thing that you've been working on for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as albums versus singles, uh, as a music fan, and I'm sure it's the same for Antoine, we still love albums, but we're very aware that that's not necessarily how most people consume their music these days. So that's why we're releasing it we're releasing a good chunk of the album as singles before actually releasing the full thing.
Okay.
But for those who are really into what we're doing, or people who still love albums, it's still going to be a full cohesive experience from start to finish, and that's something that was important to us. So whether people still love full albums or if they just like one of our singles, it's all good.
That's a pretty good way to do it. Just give people kind of like teasers as you go, and then it's like, all right, now here's everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I think that's a great way to do it, because I mean, about like every 2 or 3 months release another song, and then people are like, oh, I'm re-energized again, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, awesome. Thank you guys so very much. And please, anytime you guys release something, let us know. And we would love to have you back on, and we would love to promote anything that you've got going. We'll share it on our social media. And like I said, you can come back on. You are family to us now. Just say, hey, man, I got a new song. Can we come on? Yes, you can.
Come on.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thanks.
you. We appreciate.
Yeah, very much.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great night.
You too, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Y'all later.
Bye. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, Randy, switch sides of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
hurry, switch.
Before they see it. What's going on, Jose and Kayla?
Hey,
how's it going?
Going great.
Pretty
Just
good.
want to take a second to kind of introduce you to us. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton, and I'm in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
hey guys, nice to meet you.
You too.
Great to meet you too. Great. So, tell us a little bit about what you got going on and what is happening Friday.
Take it away, Jose.
Wow. There's so many moving parts right now. So we're releasing our next single on Friday, Voodoo Doll. And we're really excited about this song. I think this is definitely the bread and butter of what we were trying to do, between the feel, the energy, and just the vibe of the song. So we're really excited to finally get this one out. So, but it's like suddenly getting turned up to 11 now. Everything is just coming on fast. Everything is moving fast. It's exciting. Yeah, it is.
Good
I know
deal.
you're doing something right.
Hell yeah. Where are you guys located?
So I'm in Denver,
Okay.
and the rest of the band lives in Colorado Springs, which is about an hour and a half away.
Oh,
So
that's not bad.
Yeah.
we're kind of neighbors. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
say we're from the Springs.
So,
That's always
what's
nice.
the weather like there right now?
It's so cold.
Oh my god.
We went to a concert last night. It was like a 10-minute walk to the venue, and I think it was like 4 degrees outside. Like, it only feels like a -7. I'm like, all right, this is pretty bad. But
Yeah, we were at 12 today, and then
Yeah.
wind chill at like -20, something like that. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is horrible.
It's ridiculous.
the planes just sweeping in the cold. It's just, yeah. I think I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Randy, now that we got the weather report done,
Yeah, welcome. This is actually a news channel. We've all been
What's it
live.
like? What's it like in
Right.
Kansas? We didn't get the Kansas piece of this.
it's cold.
How cold is it?
It's cold enough. My dogs are not going outside to pee and poop. Like they're like,
Aw.
no, like hell no. So anyway, let's move on beyond. How did you guys all get together as a band?
So what was interesting is, so Kayla and I had worked in a group before. I had recently moved to Colorado Springs, and I started playing with a Latin jazz group, and that's where I first met Kayla. Um, so we were with this group for a while, and that group folded. And then out of the blue, one of our previous members said, "Hey, I got an audition from another female singer from up in Denver named Kayla." I was like, "Oh, really? This will be really interesting." So she did a rough demo for one of the songs and sent it back and just nailed it. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. This is very coincidental because here we are, we're doing Latin jazz, and she's a killer vocalist. Now she's coming back and doing harder music. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
those
and
are a
then
big plot twist. I think it was funny too,
Right.
like our meeting place being this, Latin jazz wasn't even a genre I was familiar with, and kind of over the course of my music career, it's been like one experiment after another, and this was definitely the most out there. So when I saw it was Jose in the band, I was like, oh my gosh, my secret's been revealed. Like he's gonna know I'm all over the place. But it's been a really, really happy accident. I think Bob Ross used to say that, happy accident.
yeah.
Have y'all heard
Yeah.
that
So my,
before?
Yeah.
that's what my
So,
parents
yeah.
tell me I was, but
Oh yeah, exactly.
and then with theirs, just forming with the rest of members, like Chris and Cam are not able to make it tonight, but and then just from there, it's just been growing. It's become really positive, and just knocking out ideas. The creative juice has just been flowing since day one, and it's been great.
Really cool. So I was kind of looking at your website, and you guys put the things that you like to do next to it and everything, and you guys are really healthy and energetic and exercise. And so how do you find it eating healthy while you're on the road? Is that a struggle for you?
I mean, that's so funny that you bring that up. Number one, because it's like when I fill out something like that, I'm like, no one's ever gonna read this. And then having that be like question number one, I'm like, oh my gosh, like the internet is forever. But we've been in conversation about that. We're really excited in April to be going on the road with Vantana and Killer's Confession. We have a huge tour ahead, and I mean, it is like such an undertaking and such an honor, first of all. So everything I'm about to say, we're very excited to go, but like so many factors to think about, including what you just mentioned. Like, how are we not going to like go to Waffle House every night? Like,
exactly. Just swing into McDonald's.
I know. And especially like, think about being your most drained, exhausted version of yourself and then doing it times 22. Like, we're like, I think Jose has been great about the strategic, like, okay, we need to have these snacks in the car, we need to be ready and like fuel up. So we have a good team of planners, not myself, but these guys are like, they're like my brain sometimes. So it's been exciting to think about things like that, and it's so funny that you asked that. I'm like, maybe it is relevant.
Well, we say that, but I'm sure come day 3, we're just gonna be hitting McDonald's after every show. Like, as long as the trailer doesn't hit the building, we're good.
Oh yeah.
So,
Exactly.
let's be honest, that's probably what's gonna happen. But it feels good knowing that I'm gonna eat my vegetables on the road.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yeah.
I will say, because you said it, there is a Waffle House probably about 10 to 15 minutes from the venue after your April 25th show.
Oh, he's got it planned out. Look at that, another planner.
Yeah. I'll have to put that on the calendar.
We know where we're going for dinner.
You are going to be in Tulsa on April 4th, and I'm sure we can find a place for you right after that as well.
Oh yeah.
There's probably a Waffle House somewhere up there.
Probably a Waffle House.
We try to be healthy, but at the same time, most of us are foodies, so it's like, okay, where's the good stuff?
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
So I do have a question for you, Kayla. How is it for you to be in the band with 3 older guys?
There it is.
The elephant in the room. Here we go.
Yep.
I have to say, I was actually on the phone with my dad today, and I was catching up with him, and kind of like Jose said, like things have been just rolling in the way that you hope and wish for, and then the moment comes, and I feel like we're, in one of those moments. And I was telling my dad, like, I've been so lucky to be in this group because, you know, maybe at first glance it's like I'm the odd one out, but it never feels like that. It really doesn't. It's something I actually never think about until somebody else brings it up because, you know, we all have really become a unit. And I think sometimes with bands, like the front person really is shining in a really cool way, but somehow because we're all bringing these different elements, it really just feels like a unit and that we're just this unified front. And so, you know, the age gaps we mostly just make fun of, and you know, they'll make references to things I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But you know, I feel super just lucky to feel safe and feel like I have the space to, you know, be feminine and think about feminine topics, but also have these guys who are super musical and super, you know, excited to try new things with me and to give me that space. It's been, honestly, I can't say enough good things about it. So I'm grateful. But don't tell the rest of the guys because I don't want to make their heads sick.
There goes my ego already.
Yeah.
It's interesting because we talk a lot about this, and it's just like some of us are older and all that, so we come from different generations and different things. But
Mhm.
a lot of the music and what Kayla's singing about is talking about that empathy of understanding what young people have gone through, what older people have gone through. So it's like, well, maybe we should exemplify that. That by extending that little bit of empathy might make it a little more relatable.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, to go off of that point, it's like sometimes when there's a really powerful message or a super, you know, just kind of a badass chick like taking the stage, not that it's not, you know, easily digestible, but you know, it's different. It's different than what people might be used to. And something that really excites me going on this tour and having, you know, ex Mushroom Head members just completely destroy. I think that the fan base might be able to digest what we have to offer just by seeing the other guys, if that makes sense. You know, it's like maybe they'll be more inclined to peer in and kind of see what we have going on. So I feel like honestly, it's going to work to our advantage. And like I said, the feeling of being the odd one out is I'm always making fun of them. It's never me. So, you know, it works out.
It's funny. So like with the statistics with the band, Kayla's the tallest, and she's probably the most mature out of all of us. So
That's right.
the balance is there. So
That's right, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Randy, before we get too far, I'm sure you have a song loaded up, but since their new song comes out on Friday, I don't know which one to lead up with. I didn't know if you had that or not.
I don't. I do have Almost There.
I was going to say Almost There came out in November, so that's the next best thing, right?
Yeah, next best.
It's because we're almost there to the new song.
God dang it.
Right.
Oh,
I was gonna say it.
there. Oh.
it never stops.
Someone's getting a raise.
All right.
Ashton
Here we
stole
go.
the dad joke.
You're the needle that puts the evil in me. Your medicine tastes so sweet. Fill my veins with candy, give me one more kiss and then I'll breathe. Break the needle off, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
One thing I want to say that's kind of funny, she wasn't kidding when we said that she's the tallest.
Ah.
I saw that and I was like, that one's kind of funny. I love it.
Right on. So how do you guys go about writing music? Who does the lyrics? How does it start off? Do you guys do it all in a room? Does one person build something and send it off to the next person? How does that evolve?
Yeah.
Jose, I think you should talk about the initial process and then I'll pick up.
Okay. And I apologize if I get long-winded on this, but I do a majority of the writing of the song. It's just taking an idea of where my influences are, our influences, the sounds that we want, and getting different rhythmic feels of like, okay, let's try and go sound like this, and then kind of design songs based off of that. So we write out a song, and then we have a great production team. We've been working with Scott Wilson from Saving Abel and Tantric out of Sunshine Studios out here. So once we have the groundwork of what we think the song is, bring it to him, and that's where Kayla and Scott just take it into a whole new level. I've always had struggle writing melodies and lyrics and all that. Like I like to produce songs, I like to write, but for some reason that's never been my strength. And then we get them in the room, and I just sit back and they just run with it.
Yeah, and I will say that I think that the foundation of everything that we've written so far, it really does start with Jose's idea, you know, and even though he's not going hard on the lyrics, he, you know, when you hear like the instrument of any song and like just the track, it sets the tone, it sets the energy, and it plants whatever idea lyrically that you go with, you know. So even though he's kind of giving a blank slate, it's never really a blank slate because it's like the bones, right? And then
Yeah.
when we get in the studio all together, we get to kind of build the skeletons or whatever you call it. But I just want to kind of speak on the collaboration with Scott because, you know, I've been writing for a long time, kind of just on my own and for fun or just because it feels natural. And working with this project has been really cool because it's become more structured and I've learned a lot of skills like through Scott. He'll kind of hear my idea that's all over the place and he'll just, you know, guide me along the way. So that's been a super cool process. And also with the entire band, something that I've loved is like, we're really all a part of every step, you know? Once Jose brings that initial idea, we're all in the studio together. And even as we go through lyrics and ideas, people are pitching in little things here and there that like completely make a huge difference. So yes, I think I've been taking, you know, the head when it comes to the lyrics, but like I said, it's a genuine collaboration, which is something I've never experienced. So it's been really
I think I look at the focus of I just try to get the idea started, take it some initiative or whatever, and then I'll take it with Cam, who's got a great ear for this stuff, and he's like, "Oh, that reminds me of this," and he comes up with some. Not and the thing is, it's not just like I'm the guitarist. That's my only problem. Drums, you worry about drums. We all share, and we interact in that sense too. It's like, hey, Chris, this is the drum pattern I thought of. First off, is it humanly possible? What do you think? And then he comes in and puts his own 2 cents on it. Same thing with Cam. So we all get a taste on it, but more importantly, we're all getting our own buy-in. Because I don't want to foster an environment where it's like, no, this is the song, this is what we're doing. Have a nice day. That I think by having equal parts in all this, is what has allowed our relationship to just foster so well. Because it's like, you know, Kayla might not play guitar or whatever, but her input is just as valuable as any of the other ones, any of the members. So
yeah.
Now,
I
Jose,
love how you guys work together.
you said
Absolutely
something about
love
your
it.
influences. How did your influences differ from, say, like having the younger person with you in the band change how your music moves forward?
So the way I've been writing, at least for the last 2 decades, is I try to get out of whatever I think is what I should be doing. Having a classical background, really big into prog and all that kind of stuff. I found my writing style was based off of that. Scott did a great job of reeling me back. It's like, slim it down a little bit and realize where you're looking at from a singer's perspective. So I go back to the music that I enjoyed, a lot of the industrial and hard influences from the 90s and the 2000s. Like, I don't know if I should be dancing or moshing to this music. So, and that was the best part about all that stuff. And then bringing in more modern sounds with it too, and a lot of the influence of the stuff that's coming out of K-pop and J-pop and the synth sounds, we're using that to add that youth into it. And then Kayla comes in and it just makes it completely refreshing in that sense too.
Yeah, something I think a funny line that I've heard a lot from Jose is we'll be walking out of the studio dead tired and he's like, well, that did not go how I expected, but always in this exciting way because we're still, you know, in this experimental, you know, stage where we don't necessarily have a drilled down, this is exactly what it needs to sound like. It's really something that's like this living, breathing thing. And when it comes to influence, it's actually really funny. What we were talking about earlier is like, I'm not a veteran in the rock scene whatsoever. And so my influences are narrow, but I found that to be kind of a bonus. We're wanting to do something different, and we're wanting to bring something energetic and lively and new. And having less experience with this genre has made like my biggest influence just life, like lyrically, I'm writing about experience after experience. And then with everyone else's knowledge of, the genre, it really has just given it the shape. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And who are some of your actual influences, Kayla?
So my heart and soul is in R&B. I have a couple solo projects here in Denver, but I really love funk. I love Stevie Wonder. I love, Etta James, Aretha Franklin, Beyonce, so I have a really soulful ear. And then when it comes to rock, I'm really loving like Hailstorm. And I'm, of course, Paramore. I'm like looking at these bands with these really powerful front female leads. And of course, taking, anything I can get and when it comes to inspiration. But the guys definitely have more coverage when it comes to rock.
Like you listed off a lot of people that just tells me you got an old soul anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not the youngest.
Maybe I'm not the youngest. You're still
Ashton,
the tallest.
you knew all those people she was talking about?
Oh yeah. You realize who my dad is?
I know. He's old too.
Yeah, he's old too.
Oh yeah.
I think we need to make sure we get the best one-stop shop for where to find anything Aeternum. I had to write that down so I could pronounce it properly like 3 times.
We're still having that problem too, so it's all right.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jose.
What was the question?
Oh, sorry. I thought I cut someone
I
off.
scrolled.
Well, Ashton already threw the link. It's eternummusic.com out into the chat. So it's out there for everybody to see. And it is now on the screen for everybody to see.
Yep, you got Cam on the left on bass, and Chris is drumming. That we hit him, and it's not that he looks like an ogre or anything like that. But both fantastic. Chris and I have known each other for a long time. We see eye to eye in a lot of music, and that passion that comes with it too. And then Cam is just another person too. He's, for me, he's a sounding board. He's an anchor for the group on here, and I think that's what has really helped us flourish is how well we work together. And then you get the 4 of us in the room with our production team at Sunshine, and it's just like I always say to Kayla, I was like, that was not how I expected it to go, and it was better.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a voodoo shirt already, or voodoo doll shirt. I already checked that out. That's awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So we will have those with us on tour, and we'll have some of the beanies, and then some of the vintage cartoons there on the bottom left as well too, and then some other cool stuff too. So come and check us out.
Right on. So how did you guys hook up with A Killer's Confession?
Again, our producer Scott Wilson put this all together for us. He's like, "Hey, they're looking for an act to go with them," and I was like, "Oh, I know these guys." And then I heard Ventana. I was like, "Oh, this is the stuff I grew up on. I love this." So we got really excited about it. So like, yeah, let's do it. It's like, musicians dream about doing this kind of stuff, and it's like, what? Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
As well.
Yep. I think
when you got it.
Cool. So cool, because I loved Mushroom Head. Love Mushroom Head, but this tour, oh my gosh, they're bringing them all back. Waylon's going to be there, Jamon's going to be there, Stitch. Everybody. I'm like, holy crap, this is going to be intense. And then for you guys to be chosen to go along with them is absolutely amazing. So that just speaks volumes for what you guys have already accomplished, and so proud of you.
It's truly humbling. But it also means that we are going to bring our A game for this too, because we know what this means, especially for it. I saw that when I saw the lineup. I was like, "Ooh, all right, game time."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like an interesting dynamic too with trying to bring, like we talked about, something really new and exciting paired with like the nostalgia of fans coming out to see these people that they've been loving, and music that they've been listening to for years and years. I think it's actually really special, because just when you're going to like see the person that you've always idolized, and then it's like, oh, who the hell are these guys?
Right.
We're really excited
Yeah.
to be like, just to give them something new and something to leave the concert like, I didn't expect that.
And I think you're really going to be surprised. We saw a Killer's Confession not too terribly long ago, and Waylon was out there just mingling with everybody in the crowd. When another band was up there, he would be behind the merch table. He was taking pictures of it with everybody. So I think you're going to be really surprised that they don't have the rock star mentality, and they're just out there. And he said, I will not go home until every single one of you have a picture with me. So
that's amazing.
it's really cool. Yeah.
I just hope he brings his dog too, because I love the picture of him and his puppy. I'm like, okay, that'd be really cool, too.
Yeah, that's why we agreed in the first place. It was the dog. So
Right.
Have the dog.
Yep.
Definitely looking forward to touring with him. Definitely.
Awesome. I sure hope I could make the one over in Tulsa. It's an hour and a half away, but I would love to see you guys and just celebrate with you.
if you
Always
can't
love
make
to
it
have
to
you
the
there, too.
show, we will be at a local Waffle House, so you'll know. Where
Boom.
Can't go
April
wrong there.
25th. I'm just gonna go sit at Waffle House.
yeah, we need are we sponsored or what?
Yeah. Actually,
That's okay.
only way to get it.
I'm hoping if all plays out well, I will see you guys on April 25th in Leavenworth.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
I shouldn't say in Leavenworth because
Yeah.
there's in there. You guys say at Leavenworth?
Yeah.
Because when you say in Leavenworth, people just think you're incarcerated. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah, hopefully that all goes well and I'll get to see you guys in person
Oh, I'd love to meet you in face to face.
and hang out. That'll be great.
You can see how much taller I am than everybody else.
You don't have to worry about losing her in a crowd. So yeah, it's
I'll make
iconic
sure
that
that-
our band photo. It's really that is the size of it. Chris is probably the shortest one of the band. She's a tall, so that's why you can't see him.
Yeah, I like show up to the shows, like I wear these like big platform boots, and Chris is just like, please stop, Kayla. Like you're already tall enough. I'm like,
Yeah, we
"You
get
don't
it."
understand."
Yeah.
You know who else wears platform boots?
Oh
Oh
Lord.
heck yeah!
There we go.
Oh god.
He was ready with that.
He was.
He always
he was
is.
ready on the button, boy.
That was gold. What are you talking about?
Oh my
Randy, I
gosh.
don't have any more notes, but I absolutely love these guys, and I want
I
them
do
to come
too.
back and chat with us whenever they want as well.
We'll definitely
Absolutely.
appreciate the invite.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for having us.
No problem. And like I told the other band, anytime you guys have anything that you want to get out there, just hit us up. Tell Shauna can send it to me. Just hit us up personally, and we will promote it on all of our social media. And we would love to have you back on.
Thank you.
Oh, we'd
so
definitely love to
much.
return.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll have the whole
definitely
group with
stay
us.
tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Friday. Voodoo Dolls.
Friday.
It's
Yes.
I'm ready for it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It really is, and now I'll have to see it live. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
flip, I have to go see it live. You know, that's the best part.
That's a song we're always excited to play for. It's like, all right, cool. This is, it's just a blast. It's so much fun. So
Yeah, I will say about Voodoo Doll, it's like there's this very much driving energy that it's like you want to start it over and hear it again. And we definitely have like done a lot of work to make sure that that energy like translates to the live show. Like sometimes you hear a record and then you see the band and you're like, what happened? But I feel like we've done a lot of practice and work and just the shows we've done already into like kind of perfecting how we can get the energy of the record to translate in a way that can be received face to face. So I'm really excited for that, and just like for the chance to play so many shows and kind of refine that energy even more. So I'm excited because I think Voodoo Doll is a good tip of the vibe we're trying to give as a whole. So yeah, stay tuned.
It's going to be a great year for you guys.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
excited, and it's just the beginning. We got other stuff in line that I can't really discuss right now, but so there's gonna be some really cool stuff happening later this year. So
There it is.
I never thought I would actually have to say that. Like I probably can't even say this right now. Otherwise, I'd tell you all the secrets. But
Right.
we got some amazing writers we started working with and stuff like that too, and collaborations and stuff.
Oh,
So.
good
Oh,
stuff.
that is awesome news.
All right. You know, we always joke that we hate when a band says that. It's like, oh, I've got this stuff. We can't talk about it. But then again, we're happy for you because it's so big that you can't let it out yet. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we actually secretly love it when you can't tell us things.
Yeah.
Mhm. Makes us more
You gotta
excited.
keep the mystery. You have to be a little mysterious, right? I think
That's
people
right.
should start saying that in normal conversation, like, I have something really big coming, but gotta sit on it for a little bit. Right?
Yeah.
I tell you, but then I'd have to
We'll
kill
find
you.
out
So.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's top secret.
You're on the right track, Jose. Keep the mystery.
Oh, that's cool. I got security clearance. It's fine.
So do I, but
Jose, we'll talk more offline.
all right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. You guys were absolutely amazing, and I know you're going to be absolutely amazing out on tour as well. So thank you, and please don't be strangers with us.
Thank you all
That's
so
for sure.
much. Have a great
Thank you for
night.
having us on. This is a blast. So it was a great meeting you guys. I'm definitely looking forward to keep building this relationship and hopefully get to meet you face to face.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Awesome.
we'll all share Waffle House together. We'll be family.
I'm here for it. I'm here for
You
it.
had my word.
I love that.
y'all.
Thank you guys. You have a good evening.
You too.
I appreciate y'all.
Stay warm.
Try.
Randy, before you play us out, I just want to make sure I say that one very important thing is support these bands. Go to their pages, go like their stuff, buy merch directly from the bands, go to the show, buy it there. That's gas money in the pocket. Like,
Damn right.
do it. And hey, we're on YouTube and Spotify. You can follow us too.
And we have merch too.
Yeah, do that. We got shirts.
We have wristbands now.
Yeah, we have some wristbands and we've got some stickers.
I'm gonna excuse me.
I literally found out about this like yesterday.
What?
It's like brand new.
I literally found out about it just now, so you're ahead.
Hey, I just learned about the stickers.
We need to open an online store, yo.
Yo,
get on it.
with that said, online store coming soon. Randy, you want to take us out?
Yeah.
We bang your ugly friends too.